D-line can't hold up versus the run or can't get a pass rush with 4, life gets harder. And when they can stop the run and get a rush with 4, life gets a lot easier. So, football, both offense and defense, is always going to start up front.
Barrett, tell me about Luke Reimer and kind of what it seems like he's been a pleasant surprise in camp so far.
Yeah, he really has. He's been, a guy that we knew we would get an athlete. I guess we didn't know how good of a football player he'd be yet. His instincts have been awesome, kind of been off the charts instinctually. Where he's a guy that'll make a mistake, but he'll make a mistake in the right spot and make a tackle on that same play. So, football movements, speed and agility, and really ability to tackle and get to the ball, man. He's been really good this camp.
When he was a recruit, was it just kind of a deal where nobody knew where to play him in college? I mean, is that kind of what you struggled with?
Probably a little bit. Like I said, it's been good and bad for us. I almost feel bad that a guy, 10 minutes down the road was this good and we didn't quite know how to project him. His junior year, he was a safety, he was a wide receiver, he was a wildcat quarterback. He was just a big athlete, and like you said, we weren't 100% sure where he'd end up at. And also, at that time, he was probably 185 pounds, and now he shows up at camp this year, and he's almost 6'1", he's probably 215, and still running like he was, as a track guy in high school. He's really been a pleasant surprise and big-time scorer for us.
Could he be like a special teams guy then this year and help you guys in that area?
Absolutely. I mean, maybe a guy that ends up helping us on the field as well, in critical downs. So, it'll be up to him how well he can learn the defense and how much I can trust him as far as his assignments. But ability-wise, I mean, he's already a Big Ten linebacker ability-wise. It's just now a matter of refining his techniques and knowing the X's and O's.
And then with Colin and Honus, those two guys obviously are kind of, is it almost a deal where they're just going to be 50-50, or would you like one to kind of be the guy over the other?
No, I think those guys are playing too good to keep any of them off the field. I think it's going to be important that we play all 3 guys a whole lot. That's Mo, Colin, and Will. A few things because of that, with our offense, we're going to go fast and we're going to play a ton of plays on offense, but in turn, you play more plays on defense. And I don't want to have 2 guys play 85 snaps a game. I'd rather have 3 guys playing a lot of snaps and 60 to 50. And that's a normal football game 15 years ago, you know what I mean? And I think those guys have been playing so well that anybody could step out in that grass and take command of the defense and make a bunch of plays, and I'm going to rely on them to do that.
Like you saw Mo's snap count last year, and even Gifford's. Did you ever play that many snaps in a football game very often?
I did a few times, not a ton. My senior year of college, I think we had a couple of those 85, 90 snap games, but that was when our offense couldn't get going or whatever. But back then, it was rare that you played more than 65 snaps. I think in the NFL I had a couple of 80 snap games, and I was in the cold tub for a week after that. So if you can get a guy, if you have the luxury to play guys more like 60, 55 snaps a game, that keeps them so much more fresh for the rest of the season, and then you can help on special teams a little bit as well. So it's going to be really important that we got more depth than we had last year.
So that gap from the top 3 to the 4th, is it fairly sizable? Is that fair to say right now?
Probably a little bit, yeah. Like I said, right now, I think Luke's done a really good job as far as his playmaking ability. He just has to keep learning the defense. But you asked to start off, he's done a great job so far. Now it's a matter of just keeping going.
So today, with Joey's he's been limited, obviously. Luke would be the 4th guy today.
Probably right now, yeah. And it's like I said, the rest will be kind of up to him to see how much he progresses. But so far, he's been awesome. He asks good questions, works hard at it, and sometimes when you don't know what you're doing, it's a good thing. I can only screw him up now. So
Luke Reimer, that's who you're talking about?
Yeah.
And you say he'd be number 4?
Probably right now, yeah. Probably at the moment. Joe's got a hamstring he's dealing with a little bit, but he's been a really good surprise this camp so far.
When did Will get up to speed physically? Has he been, how long?
They did a good job with his rehab here. When he was in spring, he wasn't live, but he was moving around with us. He did all the individual with us, and he moved around pretty well in the spring, and he's even upped it throughout the summer. So the fact he was pretty much back, fully recovered in the spring, and then got a true summer conditioning session with the whole team, he's playing faster than he was last year.
Do you think you'll get Nick for part of camp, or would you like to?
Well, yeah, I would like to, but we won't get him for camp. I'm pretty sure of that. he'll be back this season for sure. It just depends, how that shoulder goes and how strong he gets. And we're going to be smart with him too. Coming off of shoulder surgery, we're not going to do anything that would jeopardize his rehab. And he's got a big future here, and we're going to make sure we're smart about it this year.
Colin's been kind of a guy who's seems like he's flown on the radar a little bit, but when he's had chances, he's made big plays. What have you seen out of him in terms of kind of taking ownership of things?
This is his best football he's ever played, at least since I've been here. He's got a full year at inside linebacker, and he's a different guy out there now, and he's going to play a ton of football for us. And he's been as good as anybody during this fall camp.
I guess when you looked at the depth of this position on paper coming in, and maybe it looked a little thin, do you feel better about it after seeing what
I do. Like I said, my first 3 guys have been really, really good, and what's going to help is when all 3 of those guys can play multiple spots. That's going to help, number one, keep them healthy, and then when you kind of keep developing that 4th guy, that's going to buy a little time for that as well. So, been really happy with the top 3 guys, and young guys are coming along, but still got a way to go before they're getting ready.
You have a guy like Mo who has been established, has been a leader of this team. How do you keep pushing him forward and not let him kind of almost go through his camp on cruise control just because he's been here?
Well, he's not the type that does go through cruise control. He's got pretty high standards for himself, which is, when the culture takes over, that's what you want. You want to be competing with yourself. But he's got guys that are playing just as well right now. He's got guys on his heels all the time, and those guys are doing a great job of not only competing with each other, but they're helping each other all the time too. So, been really happy with all those guys in the room so far.
With Will and Colin, are they getting to the point where you're comfortable with them handling both inside spots?
Yeah, and that's been, honestly, I've always came up playing a little bit more of a specialized spot, and I kind of used to believe in that a little bit more. I think with this defense, it really helps when you can play multiple spots, and I've made it kind of non-negotiable for those 2 guys. They got to do it, and they've been awesome at it. They go back and forth. Mike's spot, Will's spot. They make all the calls from each spot, and they feel real comfortable, and that lets you be really versatile within the defense too. So it's been really good that those guys have really got comfortable doing both.
Do you feel? I mean, obviously, you play different packages and all that. Do you plan on naming one of them or two of your 3 guys starters, or do you just expect them all to play a lot?
They're all going to play a lot. Now, who's going to start? I mean, you obviously got to name them starters. Somebody's got to start the game. So it's going to be a battle right up to the start, in all honesty, because those guys have been awesome. The good thing is I'm going to make it real clear to them that all those guys are expected to play a bunch of snaps and play really well, whoever the starter is, because more than likely the 3rd guy is going to be rolling in there the 2nd series. So we'll see what happens. So I like the competition right now, and hopefully they just keep making each other better.
You said last week that you were trying to find a 4th and a 5th. Is there any movement on that front right now? And how do you feel about that compared to a week ago?
That's still a battle ongoing. Like I said, I think Luke Reimer's probably been his biggest surprise to anybody in the camp as far as what he can do and his abilities. He's got a little ding right now. He didn't practice today, but he'll be fine. And so you just got to keep getting reps. And then young guys just need reps. That's what it is. Whoever the 4th guy may be, they just need to keep continuing to progress and get more and more reps.
What has Luke done to kind of catch your attention?
Big motor, really good athlete, runs to the ball, makes a bunch of plays. He's got a good feel for the game. I always like it if guys make mistakes, might as well make a tackle on the mistake. So, and he's pretty good about asking good questions, detailing his work up. So, very pleasantly surprised with him.
What's your role as a coach on special teams with regard to that? What do you
everybody's got a role. I guess I help with the shield on punt. I help with the 4s and 5s on kickoff. I help with the 4s and 5s on punt return, and then help with the left side front line on kickoff return. So it's always kind of a group effort there. Obviously Javon coordinates it and it's his schemes, but it's hard to have one coach all 11 players in every single special team. So we kind of divvied up throughout the staff and make sure you got an eye on certain guys during practice and make sure the technique's not slipping more than anything.